these. So I'm not saying I'm promoting violence. I didn't realize until I got older and more educated and more surrounded with information that I used to have a lot of stalkerish tendencies. It's just like, what? You don't want to see all their photos and see the comments and see the relationship between them and that person that's commenting and interacting and seeing if they had a history, and then seeing all their photos and trying to figure out what's the connection, how deep is it? And it's like, how deep is your? I don't know why my head goes to music so quickly. Probably because I listen to it so often. Either fucking way, I definitely died down those tendencies throughout my development, because I realized because how I always try to figure out if I was being creepy or not was if somebody did this to me, and at some point or another, some of the things I did think to do or have done, others have done to me. So therefore, I can actually feel the pain of my own stupidity or my own ignorance, as well as my own just thinking, oh, it's fine. Wait a second, I fucking hate this. Well, then you should probably stop doing it. Well, yeah, fair enough. If I don't like it, why the fuck would somebody? Somebody does. It probably is somebody's kink. But at the same time, if I don't like it, I don't feel the need or want to give it to somebody else. I like to give people things that I do enjoy. And sometimes that doesn't work out either, because like I said earlier, one person's joy, well, I didn't say it like this, but somebody enjoys something that somebody does not. And in life, you're supposed to find as much matches as you can, or at least things that you guys could live with or without. Like, some people are like, fuck it, I'm fine with you being such a big spender because I'm such a big winner. Like, there's no way you could spend more than I can win. In some people's life, that can work out. But in other people's life, it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Every motherfucking, every store we look in, every place we go to, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm in need of money. Oh my god, I will never be good for it. You're gonna have us bankrupt, so much debt. Oh my god, our debt is gonna be worse than the American national debt system. What is wrong with you, woman, man, it? I refuse to attach my body, DNA, time, energy to you if you choose to continue to be like this. Is this you or is this a phase? Only in time you'll truly know, and sometimes people are great actors, but for how long though? Because the show eventually has to end. Even though the famous line and adage is, the show must go on, but the show eventually goes. Either way, where was I going with this? Repeatedly listening to music until it stops hitting like it used to, I guess, is really what I was getting at. The rest of the stuff in between was just me being me. And it's what I expect you to expect from me when it comes to watching these videos. If you don't expect this, then how many videos have you watched? Is this your first one? Oh, isn't this a video to pop your cherry on? Continue with my madness or not, it is your personal choice. You do realize you have free will, right? And if you don't, well, you do have free will. And within free will, because I probably should explain this part. If you didn't know you had free will, I guess you should know the consequences to it. Within the reasoning and within not necessarily reasoning, within the ability to have free will, other people are gonna be possibly annoyed, upset, aggravated, if not even violent towards you. But you also have this thing that you could do that's called self-defense. And self-defense means doing anything that means necessary to be able to escape people that are willing to do anything that means necessary to keep you captive in those places. Now, I'm not promoting violence, but if you have to be violent to get away from people, well, you have to be violent, because police response times are outrageous. I'll tell you what. When I was really young, I know I don't really have to continue with the story, but when I was really young, my siblings and I, before the whole entire family thing became a complete joke of mine, but either my siblings and I ended up pissing off another one of the siblings, so it's like he got very upset, stabby us, and we lived in a very nice neighborhood. Like, we were literally the only black family in probably a couple miles either way. So it's like, why the fuck did it take them like 7 minutes to respond to us? You know how many that nigga could have killed every single person in that goddamn house. And there was probably about 11 of them bitches and been gone. Like, he could have been at least a mile. Like I said, the response time was at like 11 minutes. We lived maybe 2 minutes from the police station. Why the fuck did we sound black over the phone? I've never sounded black over the phone before, so it's confusing why they didn't respond any faster. Either way, I did tell him he had a knife. I told him he was going to stab people while he was swinging around a knife. I don't think I said stab people. I don't know. Maybe eventually at some point or another the police records will come out and you'll be able to hear the audio. But They knew he had a knife, and the response time was just atrocious. So at this point, like, why call for help when you are your help? So either be willing to be violent or be willing to be victim. Like, it's one of these. So I'm not saying I'm promoting violence. I'm just promoting safety. And sometimes safety means violence, and sometimes defense means offense. But either way, yeah, you have free will as I do. So remember, I should as well as you, because sometimes you have to go through some bullshit. And sometimes you choose to go through some bullshit. You got to figure out which one you're doing. Is this something you got to do, or is this something you're choosing to do? And you'll figure out if it's something you got to do, because when you avoid it, you still run back into it. But if it's something that you ain't got to do, that means when you avoid it, or at least that's how I've learned in my personal life. I don't know how your life works. But when I avoid things I don't want to do, I just normally don't have to do. But the things I avoid that I thought I didn't have to do or I don't want to do, I end up having to. And it's just like, relocation's always an option as well. Especially if you don't feel all that well connected to everything. Like, they're always going to tell you whatever it takes. But what they always show you, it's more expensive to show. So that's why I don't like to listen when people tell. Because, well, of course they're going to tell me. Y'all ain't judges, y'all ain't lawyers, y'all ain't doctors. It doesn't fucking cost you a damn thing to say a word to me. And I ain't getting charged for this, so whatever. Well, really, I might get charged for this. Like, yeah, I feel this good energy, but what's it really mean? They're just trying to deceive most of the time. Manipulation is key. Once you realize you're the talent and they need you instead of you needing them, then you will realize that's how you'll get free. No matter where you go, you will always be a seed that grows. It's just knowing that you know that no matter what you do, you'll always be successful. It's knowing that regardless of what they say it from resentment. They say it from hate. They throw these words at you because they try to talk to themselves using you, but they're not you. And you're not them. And as long as you know how valuable you are, the world can't tell you a damn thing. But the world will try to tell you whatever it needs to keep you. So remember, when you're traveling, you do this for you. Sometimes it's beautiful and sometimes it's ugly. But you know the old adage, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, I'm also here because I continue speaking. I did end up, I hope, I'm going to think positively, saving a child. Now, what I mean by this is, as I was shopping there, I only came to pick up a couple things because I was trying to clean my bong. So, as I got the stuff, I was literally walking past what I assumed to be like a Muslim family, and she was wearing a hijab, and I remember the daughter was like hanging off the cart, and the little boy like kind of hanging behind. So I kind of saw that, and I was just thinking, you know, moms typically at some point, I feel like, would know to turn around and look back at the child. I assume it's the mom. It could have been the grandma, to be honest. It could have been the auntie. It could have been, I don't know, because from what I assume that I know about those type of families, because I generally don't know if I do know, if I just assume that I know. Either way, from what I think I do know about those families, they have like a tight interwoven system. So therefore, mom, auntie, and grandma are essentially all the same person, all loving, caring, and taking care of the children. So therefore, it's just like, I assume they're going to look back. ASSU and me. I definitely did make an ass out of you and me because you didn't look back for that child. God damn it. So I'm continuing to fucking shop. As I'm going, like I'm going to check out, I see the little boy. I'm thinking, where the fuck is that lady? Where the fuck is that lady? So I'm just like, as I'm walking past the little boy, I'm looking at him. I was like, baby, no, so I take a fucking U-turn because my conscience won't let me leave the goddamn store if I know a kid. Like, I'm thinking this motherfucker gonna show up on like missing children and shit like that, and then he's gonna be on the Wayfair and he's gonna be like, oh, grab these Alex shoes for $1,200. His name wouldn't have been Alex. I don't know what the fuck his name would have been. Either way, grab these shoes, and it's just like, so like I said, I hopped to you, and then as I was going down to where I originally saw him, and what I assumed to be a relative of his at least, I retraced that because I knew they were going possibly down towards electronics-ish, tires-ish. You know, it's a Wally world. They're all basically designed the same. Not really. I don't fucking know. Either way. So I went that way.